In our fast-paced, media-saturated world, only the highest quality images catch our attention. Magazines must be flawless and photoreal to take our eyes away from the screen and onto the printed page. English Press is the largest ISO-certified offset print house in Africa. With over 80 years in the industry, the company produces a large variety of printed materials, including high-end magazines like Destination. Once the publisher has approved the final copy of the magazine, metal plates used in the offset printer are created here. The image is separated into component colors: cyan, yellow, magenta, and black, which when mixed together in varying proportions on the paper give all the colors we recognize. An aluminium sheet is placed in the machine where, through the use of lasers and light-sensitive chemicals, an image in the proportion of the colors required is imprinted on the sheet. The aluminium sheet is then punched on one end and bent on the other in order to fit in the printing machine. The aluminium sheets are now inserted into the offset printing machine. Here, they are used to transfer ink onto a rubber roller called a blanket, which in turn transfers the ink onto the paper. The ink paste is placed at the top of each section, corresponding to the color profile of the inserted plate. The machine is now ready to receive the paper. Paper is delivered to the press either in massive rolls or in standard sheet sizes. If the project requires, the rolls are cut into specific sizes. A forklift loads the rolls, and the paper is fed into the cutting machine. The technician enters the necessary dimensions, and the machine cuts the paper into the required size. He checks to ensure the machine is set perfectly. The paper is fed into one end of the offset printer, from where it passes through the various color sections prepared earlier, producing the original image. When magnified, we can see the small dots of the separated colors. The printed sheets are visually checked against the publisher's approved copy to ensure they match perfectly. Where the colors are incorrect, like the blue in the picture of the cable, here the workman adjusts the levels of either cyan, magenta, yellow, or black, and the print is checked again. This process is completed multiple times. Once the print matches the approved copy, the manager signs off and the final print cycle begins. Periodically, sheets are removed and visually checked against the signed copy to ensure perfect uniformity. The printed sheets, which include multiple pages of the magazine, are now folded. The first stage folds the paper in half, and the second stage folds a second time. The fold is perforated to ensure a perfectly straight fold. The pages are still connected at this point. The folded sections are now fed into this collating machine, where they are aggregated in the right order and in the right orientation. The operator places samples over each station for the workman to refer to when loading the sections. The collated magazine is now stacked, ready for binding. The collated magazine is now fed into the binding machine, where the spine is trimmed, dipped in hot glue, and stuck to the cover of the magazine. The cover of the magazine, printed on a slightly thicker paper, is UV treated to achieve the glossy shine and protect it from fading in direct sunlight. The folded edges are now cut off using a guillotine, completing the production of the magazine. Each copy is checked for the slightest imperfection and packed, ready for shipping. With perfection as the only standard, magazines printed at English Press will always grab your attention. Each one made in Kenya.